Vaudeville.
The second I stepped off the train into the city of Vaudeville.
It's so loud. What the fuck? Wait, how do I lower the volume? Ray tracing on, screen resolution, 1080p. No settings. Bro, there's literally no settings, and I skipped the intro. Oh my God. I gotta use the Windows mixer? That's craziness. Making me do that is crazy, dude. Hey, I will lower the volume for you. Do I have to restart because I don't want to miss it? All right, we'll restart it. We'll start it so I can see the intro. Fucking so dumb. I mean, this is new. This is new. It's a new game. So I'm trying to be nice about it. I'm not trying to be fucking meanie bobini. It's a new game. These things happen. Ugliest desktop? Fuck you. Okay, not as bad. Not as bad, I think. I literally cut it in half.
The second I stepped off the train into the city of Vaudeville, I could feel the weight of its melancholy in the air. Even the drizzle that clung to the city's grimy cobblestones felt a shade darker than your everyday downpour. Vaudeville was a city of high stakes and low morals where vice and virtue danced a wicked waltz. Street lamps, flickering like burnt-out stars, were the only guide through the maze of rain-soaked alleyways and whispering shadows. My name's Martini, detective, troubleshooter, and a lousy sucker for hard luck stories.
Okay, this already feels like AI.
Circus, but this
Is this also written by AI?
Special. 3 murders, no leads, and a city on the brink of bedlam. The victims were as different as chalk and cheese, each a symbol of the city's vibrant veneer. A young dancer who moved like poetry in motion, her life cut short mid-pirouette. The socialite, a woman who knew the city's pulse better than anyone else. And then there was the businessman, the embodiment of Vaudeville's promises of progress, snuffed out like a candle in the wind. The usual peace in Vaudeville was off-kilter, replaced by the discordant notes of fear and suspicion. Strangers viewed each other through wary eyes, neighbors turned to strangers, and every shadow seemed to hold a secret. The once vibrant city had become a stage, the curtain drawn on a grim play of mystery and murder. In a city without harmony, the police chief was the conductor trying to keep the orchestra in tune. Gretzky was his name, a seasoned cop with a granite jaw and a heart that had seen better days. There was a stark tension, a raw fear that danced like St. Elmo's fire in his eyes. Whatever was happening in Vaudeville had Gretzky out of his depth, and that was a sight I'd never thought I'd see. If anyone could make sense of this twisted tale, it would be him. I'd better head to the police station and have a chat with Gretzky for starters.
Bro, this entire thing is AI, right? It's so bad. Okay, why can't I click start? Vaudeville. Libera Civitas Vaudevillenses. What? Do I just like click? Wait, what is happening? This just dropped me into it. Okay, let's click the Blackwoods. What?
I apologize, my dear. Sometimes my thoughts wander off into the woods. Is there anything specific you would like to know?
You can hear me?
Yes. You're looking for a way out of the forest, aren't you? My apologies for my absent-mindedness. The Blackwoods can be quite enchanting, and sometimes it's hard to focus on the outside world.
Wait, she can hear me, chat.
But fear not, my friend, for I am here to help you find your way.
Wait, stop talking.
Just follow me, and we shall find the path that leads you back to civilization.
Absolutely not. Your eyes look fucked up. What's going on?
My eyes, oh yes, they're not the best, are they? But worry not, my friend. They may be messed up, but my other senses are sharp as ever. In fact, some might even say they're heightened. It's like the loss of one sense has made the other stronger. And that's how I'm able to hear the whispers of the trees, the songs of the birds, and the whispers of the animals. It's like we all speak the same language.
Why is she talking for
it's
so long?
It's a beautiful thing, really.
Oh God, you're blind? I'm so sorry. Also, what cup size would you say you are? And do you know what the average breast size is in the United States of America?
I'm sorry, but your question seems inappropriate and disrespectful. As a protector of the Blackwoods, I believe in treating all living beings with kindness and respect, regardless of their appearance or physical attributes. And as for me, well, cup size and average breast size don't matter much in the grand scheme of things, do they? What's important is that we are all unique and valuable in our own way. Now, if you have any other questions that are more relevant to our current situation, please feel free to ask.
Can you please lead us out of here? I'm scared.
Of course, my dear. The forest can be a daunting place, especially if you're not familiar with it.
I don't know.
Don't
What
worry,
is this my dear
we'll find
shit?
a way out together. You see, the forest is like a maze, with twists and turns that can lead you astray if you're not careful. But fear not, for with my guidance, we shall navigate this maze and emerge victorious. Just follow me and keep a keen eye out for anything that looks familiar.
Do you live out here, milady?
Yes, my friend, this is where I call home. The Blackwoods are my sanctuary, where the animals and plants are my companions. It's a peaceful and quiet life, but sometimes it can get lonely. That's why it's always a pleasure to talk to visitors like you. It's nice to have some company and exchange stories and experiences. So, tell me, what brings you to the Blackwoods?
I'm looking for a murderer. A murder has happened in the Blackwoods.
Oh, a matter, you say?
No!
Well, the forest is full of
No,
mysteries
a
and
murder!
secrets, so it wouldn't surprise me if something unusual happened here. But as the protector of the Blackwoods, it's my duty to ensure that everything is in order and that everyone who enters the forest is safe and sound.
Can you
If there's
please
anything you
keep
need
your
help
answers
with,
short?
Just let me know, and we'll see what we can do together. And who knows, maybe we'll uncover some hidden secrets along the way.
Can you please keep your answers short, madam? Lest I call you a witch. And you
Oh
know...
my, a witch. That's quite a title to bestow upon me, my friend. But fear not, for there's nothing magical or supernatural about me. Just an old woman who loves the peace and quiet of the woods. And as for my answers, my apologies if they seem long-winded. Sometimes my thoughts get carried away, and it's hard to rein them in. But if you prefer shorter answers, then by all means, let's keep it brief and to the point. What else would you like to discuss?
Let's make haste. Otherwise, you know what happens to witches, don't you?
Certainly, my dear. Let's not waste any more time. The Blackwoods can be a treacherous place, especially at night, so we must make haste if we want to reach the edge of the forest before sundown.
Faster!
Don't worry, for with me by your side, you're in good hands. And who knows, maybe we'll even have some fun along the way. Have you ever heard the story of the talking mushroom that lives deep in the heart of the forest?
She's fucking with me, right?
It's a fascinating tale, full of
There ain't
wonder and
no...
magic.
This is...
I'm sorry if I gave you the impression that I'm a witch, my friend. I
Oh
assure
my
you,
God!
I'm just an old woman who
She's
loves...
gotten longer. Okay, I'm leaving. She's gotten literally more long-winded. It's time to go to the police station. What's the happening, Chief Gretzky?
What do you mean, detective? Do you have any new leads on the case?
Tell me
I'm
more.
all ears.
Tell me more about the case, Chief Gretzky.
Well, we have 3 murders on our hands, all of them brutal and seemingly unrelated. We're still trying to piece together the evidence and find a connection between the victims. Have you found anything that could help us solve this?
With a nose like that, I'm surprised you haven't smelled the murder.
Is there a point to your comment, Detective Martini? Or are you just here to throw insults at me?
No, I'm just captured by the awesome size of your nose.
I'm not sure I understand, but if you have information on the case, please do share it with me. We need all the leads we can get to catch this murderer. Oh, my nose. Yes, it's quite prominent, isn't it? But let's focus on the task at hand, Detective. Have you found anything that could lead us to the killer?
Let's sniff him out. You first.
Detective Martini, are you feeling all right? Your comments seem to be getting more and more nonsensical. We need to stay focused on the investigation and find the murderer before they strike again. Do you have any leads or information that could be helpful?
Did you know, Chief Gretzky, that 40% of coppers beat their wives?
That's a serious accusation, Detective. Where are you getting your statistics from? And more importantly, how does it relate to our current case? We should be focusing on finding the killer and bringing them to justice, not spreading unfounded allegations about police officers.
The source is actually a study I read. However, what if the murderer is a cop?
Interesting. Could you provide me with more details about this study? And how exactly do you think this information could help us catch the murderer? It's possible, but we can't jump to conclusions without evidence.
Ha-ha!
We need to investigate all leads, including the possibility of a police officer being involved. Do you have any specific reason to suspect a police officer?
The proof is right under your nose, Chief Gretzky.
What do you mean, proof under my nose? Are you suggesting that I, or someone in this department, is responsible for these murders? If so, I demand you provide me with some concrete proof. We can't accuse someone based on speculation and hunches.
Where were you on the night of the murder?
Are you seriously accusing me, a police chief with years of service, of being involved in these heinous crimes? I find your insinuations offensive and baseless. However, to answer your question, I was at home, asleep, like any law-abiding citizen. Now, if you have no further evidence or leads to share, I suggest you leave my office and focus on finding the real culprit.
Quite the adequate alibi, Chief Gretzky. Do you have anyone else that could prove that you were at home, sleeping?
I don't see why I should have to prove my innocence, but if it will put your mind at ease and help us catch the killer, I can provide the name of my neighbor who can testify that they saw me at my house that night. Is that satisfactory, Detective?
What's the name of your neighbor that saw you sleeping in your house? Quite weird that your neighbor would know that you were sleeping in your bed as you previously said, Chief Gretzky.
Well, my apologies for misspeaking earlier. The truth is, my neighbors and I have a good relationship, and we often know each other's daily routines.
What?
To answer your question, my neighbor's name is Mrs. Johnson. But may I remind you, Detective Martini, that the focus of this conversation is the murder investigation and finding the real culprit. Not baseless accusations against me or anyone else on the force.
So you are to tell me that your neighbor, Mrs. Johnson, was in your bed, Chief Gretzky? Is that how Mrs. Johnson knew that you were in bed, sleeping, and not doing a murder?
Excuse me, but what are you talking about, detectives? You seem to be making wild and unfounded assumptions about both me and my
I'm breaking him. He's a
neighbor.
detective.
Mrs. Johnson is a respectable and trustworthy person, and she would never make any strange or inappropriate comments about my private life. Besides, the details of my personal life are none of your business and have nothing to do with this case. Do you have any relevant leads or information that could help us catch the murderer?
You, Chief Gretzky, told me that Mrs. Johnson knew of your whereabouts, even the fact that you were in bed sleeping. I am simply working off of what you have told me, Chief Gretzky, and now you called me a detectus. I do not know what detectus is. I am a detective. Okay, that's it.
I'm sorry if I gave that impression, Detective Martini. What I meant to say is that Mrs. Johnson is aware of my general routine and would have seen me returning home at night and leaving in the morning for work. As for my sleeping habits, that is a matter of privacy, and I don't believe it's appropriate to discuss it further. But let's get back to the matter at hand. Have there been any new developments in the investigation that we should be aware of?
Yes, Mrs. Johnson told me that she does not know if you were sleeping that night.
Is that so? Well, it seems like there's been a misunderstanding then, Detective. But as far as my involvement in these murders is concerned, you have no concrete evidence or proof. So, unless you have some actual leads or information to share, I suggest we end this conversation and focus on catching the real killer.
You are under arrest, sir, for the crimes against humanity.
On what grounds am I being arrested, Detective Martini? As we just discussed, there is no solid evidence linking me to these crimes.
For the murders of all three.
This accusation is nothing more than a desperate attempt to shift the blame away from the true culprit.
For the murders of all three of the victims, that Mrs. Johnson has pinned on you. Or maybe you think Mrs. Johnson is responsible for the murders and simply planting you as the fall guy.
Detective, with respect, your accusations are getting more and more absurd. First, you accuse me of the murders, and now you're suggesting that my neighbor, who has no motive or opportunity, could be responsible for these heinous acts. This line of questioning is not only baseless, but insulting. If you have any actual leads or information to share, please do so. But if you're going to continue with these unfounded accusations, then we have no further business to discuss.
You're right, Chief Gretzky, because it was I'm the one who did the murders. Arrest me now. Speechless, huh?
Do you have anything else to say, or are you done with your wild goose chase, Detective Martini? As the police chief of Vaudeville, it's my job to uphold the law and protect the citizens of this city. But it seems like you're more interested in throwing around groundless allegations than actually solving this case. So, unless you have some real evidence or genuine lead to follow, then kindly leave my office and let me get back to my work.
Chief Gretzky, it appears that your nose is working quite better than your ears. I said I am the murderer.
Excuse me, you're saying that you're the murderer? That's quite a claim, and one that needs to be taken seriously. Can you provide more details about your involvement in these crimes?
I
And
killed.
why would you come forward and confess now?
God told me to come and confess.
I see. So, you're claiming that you were ordered to come and turn yourself in by a divine power. This is certainly a unique situation, and one that requires more investigation.
This is
Can
so
you tell
dumb.
me more about the nature of this divine
Wow,
intervention?
AI technology
Why
is
did you decide to listen to this message and turn yourself in now? And most importantly, can you
Typical
give us
cop.
any information about the murders themselves?
typical cop doesn't believe another cop could ever do the murder, even when the cop is confessing he did the murder. This is very realistic. I plead the fifth.
Well, if you're not going to provide me with more details, then there's not much else for me to say. But let me ask you this. Why did you come to me with this confession? You could have turned yourself in at any police station or gone to the authorities directly. Is there a reason that you chose
Because
to come
you're
to
the
me
cop.
specifically?
Because you're the chief, Chief Gretzky. Who else to confess the gruesome murders that I have committed than the police chief himself?
Well, that's certainly an interesting perspective, but let's be clear. Just because you've come to me with a supposed confession doesn't mean that you're automatically absolved of your crimes.
What?
We still need to investigate this matter thoroughly and gather all the evidence before we can make a determination. So, if you're serious about turning yourself in, then let's work together to get to the bottom of this. Can you tell me more about the murders themselves? Where did they take place, and what was your motive for committing them?
I don't remember, because it was all a haze. I was crazy. I went crazy with the murders. I wanted to do a murder really bad, and then I forgot. Why are you asking me to solve your crime?
First of all, let me be very clear. These are not my crimes. As the police chief of Vaudeville, it's my job to uphold the law and bring criminals to justice. And right now, it seems like you're the one who needs to answer for these heinous acts. But to answer your question, the reason that we are having this conversation is that you came to me with a purported confession. As a law enforcement officer, it's my duty to follow up on any leads or information that could help us solve this case and bring closure to the victims' families.
You are the worst cop I have ever seen in my entire life. I was simply testing you, Chief Gretzky. Testing you to see what you would do if the murderer actually showed up and confessed to you. And instead of arresting me, all you have done is talk, talk, talk. It's time for action, Chief Gretzky. Arrest me now.
Interesting. So, you were testing me? I suppose I should feel flattered that you thought I was worth testing. But let me ask you this. Why did you feel the need to test me in the first place? What was your goal, and what did you hope to accomplish by confessing to these murders? And most importantly, do you have a genuine desire to turn yourself in and face the consequences of your actions?
Because I love you, Chief Gretzky. I've been in love with you since day one.
I'm sorry, but I'm having a hard time understanding how you could love someone you've never met before. And even if you did love me, that doesn't excuse the fact that you've committed these terrible crimes. I still don't have enough evidence to arrest you, but I will continue to investigate this matter until I have all the facts. In the meantime, I suggest that you seek professional help and counseling for whatever issues led you to commit these acts of violence.
I don't know what to say. I mean, it's hard. He said, get therapy. Like, imagine you go up to a police chief and you say, I've done a murder. a gruesome crime, and his response is, yeah, just get therapy, peace. We'll look into it further. Check other people. How? Press F1, CMB, or LB to toggle the notebook. Detective Martini. Where is Detective Martini?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me? Did you lose him already?
I fucking hate you. You fucking piece of shit. I hope every day that you are alive is worse than the day before. You will never solve a crime in this city. I'm sorry.
But no, I don't like talking about this.
How do I get out of here? I can't do this. Oh, right. Oh, there. What? No, 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 no. Another detective. Oh, okay. There's nothing back there. Just these two, huh? Why is your hat so comically large?
Oh, well, you know what they say, the bigger the hat, the bigger the protection. Yes, that's it, protection. It's an old-fashioned saying my mother used to say. I'm not really sure what it means, but I like my hat. It makes me feel like a real police officer.
Where is Detective Martini, Constable Jones?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I think he might be
Oh,
around here
I'm
somewhere.
Detective
You never can
Martini.
tell with these things, you know?
Oh,
It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, or a cat in a dark room. But I'm sure he'll turn up eventually.
you fool! I was testing you. I'm Detective Martini. Make haste to the Human Resources Department. You are fired.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm not sure what I did wrong. I promise I'll do better next time. I guess sometimes it's true that the bigger they are, the harder they fall. I'll go to the Human Resources Department right away.
Where were you on the night of the murders, Constable Jones?
I'm not sure. I was probably just at home, watching TV or maybe knitting a sweater for my mother. I'm not very good at solving crimes, you see. I'm more of a behind-the-scenes kind of guy. But you know what they say, everyone's a suspect until they're proven innocent. Or is it the other way around? I always get those mixed up.
Give me the name and number of your mother. I am going to ask if your alibi is airtight.
I'm not sure if I should do that. My mom's a very private person, you understand. Besides, I don't think she knows anything about the murders. She's been busy with her own stuff lately. You can't judge a book by its cover, you know? Or was it don't kill your chickens before they hatch? I get so confused sometimes.
That was another test, Constable Jones. I was with your mother on the night of the murders. I was having sex with her, so she did not see you knitting a sweater at home.
Let's discuss an unrelated topic.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm just not very good at this. I don't want to make things worse. I guess it's true that you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Or was it that every cloud has a silver lining? I don't remember. I just want to help, but I'm not sure how.
You can help by confessing to the murders that you committed.
What? Me? Commit the murders? That's ridiculous. I would never do something like that.
He said
Like they say,
what?
honesty is the best policy. Or was it better safe than sorry? I don't know anymore. Please don't accuse me of something so awful.
Why?
I don't want to get in trouble. It's like they always say, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Or was it, when the going gets tough, the tough get going? I don't remember. But I didn't do anything wrong, I swear. Innocent until proven guilty, right? Or is it guilty until proven innocent? This
Yes!
is all so confusing.
Yes, guilty until proven innocent, which is what you are. Guilty!
Excuse me, but are you sure about that? It's like they say, don't judge a book by its cover. Or is it, the proof of the pudding is in the eating? Either way, maybe there's been some kind of mistake.
Yeah,
You know what they
typical.
also say,
What
where
a
there's
trope.
smoke, there's fire. But sometimes there's just smoke and no fire. Or is it, where there's
What a
smoke,
trope. The
there's mirror?
classic idiom challenged
Gosh, now I'm even
constable
more
character. Do you only repeat sayings, Constable Jones?
Oh, no, of course not. It's just that when things get stressful, it's easy to fall back on old cliches and familiar phrases. It's like they always say, old habits die hard. Or is it that you can't teach an old dog new tricks? And sorry if it's annoying or unhelpful. It's like they always say, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Or is it that silence is golden? Or that actions speak louder than words? Oh dear, now I've lost track again.
I give up. He fucking bricked me. You know what I mean? Constable Jones, did you know that at the top of the hour there's a 3-minute ad break, and if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account, your mother's Amazon Prime account in this case, to your Twitch account to get 1 free Prime subscription a month. You can use it on your favorite Detective Martini, that is I, at the Hasanabi broadcast. Or you can get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Did you know this? I think I broke it. There's no way he comes back from this.
Gosh,
I think I bricked.
That's a lot of information to take in. You know what they always say, the devil is in the details. Or is it that less is more? Either way, it's also overwhelming. Maybe if we take it one step at a time, we can figure things out. It's like they always say, Rome wasn't built in a day. Or is it that where there's a will,
Bro, he
there's
just
a way?
feeds me more.
Oh dear, now my head is spinning.
That's insane. Do you hear that phone ringing, Constable Jones?
Excuse me, but is that phone ringing for me? It's like
Yes.
they always say, when it rains, it pours. But, if it's for me, should I answer it?
Yes.
Or is it better to let it go to voicemail? It's like they also say, you can't
Fuck!
ignore.
Yes! Answer the fucking phone! Answer the fucking phone! Answer the fucking phone, Constable Jones! Answer the fucking phone! Answer the fucking phone or I'll kill you!
I'm sorry, I don't have the answer to that.
Answer the fucking phone, Constable Jones, or I will shoot you in the head with my service weapon.
I'm sorry, but no, I don't like talking about this.
You will be talking from a second hole I put in your brain if you don't answer the phone now.
Oh my, that sounds awfully threatening. It's like they always say, desperate times call for desperate measures. But, if it's okay with you, could we please not resort to violence? It's like they also say violence never solved anything. Or is it that an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind? Either way, maybe we could try to keep things civil and find a peaceful solution. It's like they always say, there's no problem too big that we can't solve together. Or is it that a problem shared is a problem halved? Oh dear, now my nerves are really getting the best of me.
Chief Gretzky, you have a fucking idiot in your hands. Chief Gretzky. Chief Gretzky. Oh, I broke them. I broke them both. Hello. I believe there is a murder that was committed here, Monsieur Saxabar.
It's actually Saxabar, and I'm not sure what you're referring to, my dear.
Did you do the murder?
I'm sorry, my friend. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you commit a murder here?
Absolutely not.
Okay, carry on.
Great.
Wait, never mind. There's no one else here to interview. So we're back. What is that noise in the background?
That's the orchestra rehearsing for tonight's show.
Wait, by the way, the reason why I didn't know who the fuck Detective Martini was because it says go to the police station and ask Detective Martini about the murders. But I'm Detective Martini. So why the fuck does this say... That doesn't sound like the orchestra. It sounds like an elephant.
They are lions, my friend, and they are not just any lions. They are the most magnificent beasts you will ever see.
Could it have been a lion that committed this gruesome act of murder?
No.
Fuck off. Dude, this is the worst. This game is so stupid. This game is the dumbest fucking game of all time. It's so dumb. All right, what is coral? Oh, a dame. How lovely. Oh, wait, you have no shoes.
Haha, it's a bit chilly outside for bare feet, isn't it? But I just love feeling the ground beneath me. It's so liberating.
What are you wearing?
Oh, this old thing. It's a tank top designed by a famous stylist with the text Vaudeville style on the front. And a culotte. I love wearing clothes that make me feel confident and free to move around.
Do you have a boyfriend, Ingrid?
Well, I don't have a boyfriend at the moment, but I'm always open to meeting new people and making new connections. Who knows what the future holds, right?
Right. What do you feel about man in uniform? Say, a detective, maybe.
Oh, I think detectives are really interesting. They get to solve mysteries and uncover the truth about things. Plus, they usually have a really good sense of justice. Why do you ask? Do you know a detective or something?
Well, Ingrid, I am a detective. And the mystery I'd like to solve is what you're doing tomorrow. And will you go on a date with me?
Oh, detective. You had me there for a moment. I'm actually not sure what my plans are for tomorrow yet, but I'd love to hang out and get to know you better. Let's keep in touch and figure something out, okay?
Well, what's your phone number then, Ingrid? I will call you on my rotary phone.
I'm sorry, but I don't feel comfortable giving out my phone number to someone I just met. But if you give me your number, I can call you instead. And as for the rotary phone, that's so vintage. I love it.
Wait, what? What is my phone number? Fuck. What's my number? My phone number happens to be 911. Call in case of an emergency, or if you're too hot, I can put your fire out, Ingrid.
Ha, you really are something, detective. Your sense of humor is quite refreshing. But let's keep it professional for now, okay? We could grab a coffee or a bite to eat sometime soon and get to know each other better. What do you say?
Oh, I'd say I'd love to get a bite to eat.
That sounds great, detective. There are so many amazing places to try here in Vaudeville. Do you have any particular cuisine in mind, or are you open to trying something new?
I'll eat whatever your favorite meal is. What's your favorite meal, Ingrid?
My favorite meal. That's a tough one. But if you're up for it, we could head over to this cozy little Italian restaurant called La Cucina. They have the most delicious homemade pasta and
Bro,
pizza.
they should just make a dating
and the
sim with
atmosphere
AI.
is so warm and inviting. What do you think?
I love Italian cuisine. Ethnic. Very nice.
Great. It's settled then. We can meet at the entrance of the Coral Bar tomorrow evening and then walk over to the restaurant together. It's going to be so much fun, Detective.
What about tonight, though? What are your plans for tonight? Right now, Ingrid.
Tonight, I plan on attending a dance workshop at the Vaudeville Dance Academy. It's going to be so amazing. We're going to be learning some new choreography and techniques. Dancing is such a passion of mine, and it brings me so much joy and fulfillment. But enough about me, tell me more about you, Detective. Do you have any hobbies or interests outside of work?
Oh, I love to dance. Specifically, learning about new choreography and techniques. Dancing is such a passion of mine because it brings me so much joy and fulfillment, Ingrid. I'd like to challenge you to a dance-off right now.
Haha, a dance-off. You really are full of surprises, Detective. As much as it would be a lot of fun, unfortunately, we can't do it right now. But who knows? Maybe we'll have the opportunity
not?
to show off our moves at some point in the future. Until then, let's just enjoy our conversation and get to know each other better.
Why not? I'm trying to see something.
Well, if you're up for it, I'm always ready for a challenge. Let's do it. But first, we need some music. Do you have any favorite songs or artists that you like to dance to, Detective?
Yes, DJ, play Derude Sandstorm.
Those are some really good choices, Detective. You have a pretty good taste in music. Okay, let's do this. But just a heads up, I'm not one to back down from a good competition. So get ready to see some moves you've never seen before.
Okay, actually, I would like to play some 100 Gex.
Oh, 100 Guests? That's a classic game. I used to play it all the time with my friends back in Europe.
What?
It's such
What?
a fun way to pass the time and get to know each other better. I'm definitely up for it, Detective.
Okay.
Let's play.
Okay, you start.
Alright, let's see. How about TH? Question, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? I think that's always a fascinating question to ask because it can reveal so much about a person's personality and desires. So, what do you think, Detective? If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I'd like to have a super long penis that I can grab stuff with. You know, like an octopus, but with one arm instead of 8, and the arm is just a penis.
I'd rather not talk about it, please.
I thought you wanted to know what my superpower was. I was being too honest, perhaps.
My apologies if there was any confusion there, Detective. But don't worry, no need to hold back with me. I'm a very open-minded and non-judgmental friend. Plus, it's all just harmless fun at the end of the day, right? Now, let's get back to the game. So, if you could have a superhero power, what would it be? As for me, I think it would be really cool to be able to teleport anywhere in the world in the blink of an eye. Imagine all the places you could visit and all the experiences you could have. What about you? What's your choice?
Ah, you called me a friend. Does that mean I'm in the friend zone? Do you not see me in a romantic way at all, Ingrid?
Oh, detective. Of course, I see you as a friend.
No!
Who says that friends can also be romantic partners?
Yes!
I think it's all about the connection and chemistry between
We're
two
back,
people.
boys!
And honestly, I feel like we have a great connection and understanding already. Who knows what the future holds for us? Maybe we'll continue to grow closer and explore our feelings for each other. But for now, let's focus on having a good time and getting to know each other better. Okay?
What about exploring each other's bodies?
I'm sorry, but I cannot answer that question.
Oh, okay. Did you know that there was a murder that took place recently?
Yes, I did hear about the murders. It's really tragic and scary to think that there's a killer out there. I'm actually really worried about my own safety, especially since Haley, one of my closest dancer friends, was one of the victims. But I'm trying to stay positive and hopeful that the police will catch the killer soon and bring justice to the victims and their families.
Yes, exactly. It's very scary. That's why you need a big detective with a service weapon to be around you at all times.
Haha, detective, you always know how to make me laugh. But in all seriousness, I appreciate your concern for my well-being. It's comforting to know that I have a friend like you looking out for me. And who knows, with your detective skills and my dance moves, we might just be able to outsmart the killer together.
I like people that go, I didn't know Hassan was like this. Not my streamer. Like, I'm being serious. Like, this is how I would normally talk. And I'm not, like, playing a character. If you don't stop, I'm finishing the post. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh. Wait, how will you dance the night away and find out who the murderer is?
You're right, dancing and solving a murder mystery don't seem like they go hand in hand. But who says we can't mix business with pleasure? I believe that sometimes the best way to solve a problem is to approach it from a different angle. To think outside the box and try new things. And who's to say that our crazy idea of dancing the night away won't lead us to some valuable clues or insights?
Hey.
We won't truly find out until we try. Plus, you never know. Maybe we'll have some fun along the way and create some unforgettable memories.
Ingrid, I feel like you're flirting with me. And I like it.
Well, detective, I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying yourself and finding me charming. I must admit, I'm having a great time hanging out with you two. I think we make a pretty good team, don't you? And who knows, maybe this is just the beginning of something special between us. But for now, let's just enjoy the moment and have some more laughs and good times together.
Ingrid, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Even if you did the murder of your best friend, I would still defend you and protect you and lie and find another person to blame.
Detective, I appreciate your honesty and your willingness to protect me, but I hope it doesn't come to that. I have faith in the police and in the justice system to find the true culprit behind these terrible murders. And as for our friendship, I value your honesty and your support, but I hope that we can always be truthful with each other and work towards building a strong foundation of trust. Let's keep the good vibes going and focus on the positive things in life.
Ingrid, I'm afraid you did not deny being the murderer. What's that about? My love? Can I call you my love? I feel a sense of deep connection with you.
Whoa, hold on there, my sweet talking friend. Don't be afraid, there's no need to jump to conclusions. Of course, I'm not the murderer. Why would you even suggest such a thing? And as for being your love, let's slow down a bit. While we do have a great connection and enjoy spending time with each other, we're still getting to know each other. Let's focus on building our friendship first and let things develop naturally. But hey, if things do progress into something more, who am I to stop fate?
Murderer says what?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand the question.
Damn it!
Could you please clarify what you mean by murderous, as what? I don't want to misunderstand you or give you an inappropriate response.
She's too smart! Damn it, she's good.
Thank you, my dear. Your compliment means a lot to me. I'm really enjoying our conversation and spending time with you. It's so refreshing to have someone like you in my life, someone who's fun, witty, and just a joy to be around. Let's keep the good vibes going and see where this friendship takes us.
Let's try this again. Murderer says what?
Ha, you're trying to catch me off guard, aren't you? Well, sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not the murderer. You can trust me, my friend. And as for your little joke, it's cute, but it won't work on me. I'm too smart and too quick for that. But hey, if you want to try again, go ahead. Maybe third time's the charm.
I'm a little scared now. I'm a scared little boy, Ingrid.
Oh dear, don't be scared, my friend. There's nothing to be afraid of. Sometimes life can be scary and unpredictable, but that's what makes it so exciting. We just have to face our fears head on and not let them control us. And if you ever need someone to talk to or lean on, you can always count on me. Together we can conquer anything, even our deepest insecurities and fears. So, let's take a deep breath, shake it off, and keep moving forward with confidence and courage.
Who do you think did the murder of your friend, Ingrid?
Honestly, I have no idea. It's such a tragic and senseless act, and it breaks my heart to think about it. But I know that the police are working hard to find the killer and bring them to justice. And in the meantime, I'm doing my best to stay positive and hopeful that good will prevail over evil. It's not easy, but I have faith in the power of love and community to overcome any obstacle. We're all in this together, and together we can make a difference.
Did your dancer friend have any enemies that I need to know of?
Well, my dear detective, I can't speak for Haley's personal life, but as far as I'm aware, she was a kind and loving person who didn't have many enemies. She was a talented dancer and a great friend to many people, including myself. I don't think anyone would want to harm her, let alone kill her. But of course, I could be wrong. It's possible that there's someone out there who had a grudge against her or wanted to hurt her for some reason. But until we have more information, it's all just speculation.
What about you, Ingrid? Did you ever feel a sense of competition against your friend?
Competition. Me, oh, my darling detective, you must be mistaken. I never felt any sense of competition towards my friend. I'm a firm believer that there's enough success and happiness to go around for everyone. And besides, me and my friend were pursuing different paths in the dance world. She was a contemporary dance prodigy, while I'm more focused on classical ballet. We had our own unique styles and strengths, and we always supported each other's dreams and aspirations. So, no, there was never any competition between us. Only love and admiration.
What if she was actually trying to start doing ballet?
That's an interesting thought, my dear detective. But honestly, I don't think that was the case. My friend was so passionate about dancing, it was her life. I can't imagine her wanting to give it up, especially not without telling me or her other close friends. Plus, she had so much talent and potential, I can't see her wasting it like that. But who knows? Maybe there was something going on in her personal life that we didn't know about. It's hard to say for sure.
How close were you to the victim?
Oh, my friend, I was very close to her. We were dance partners, roommates, and best friends. We spent so many hours together practicing, rehearsing, and performing. She was an incredible human being who
What the
always brought
fuck?
joy and light into my life. I miss her so much, but I'm also grateful for the time we had together and the memories we created. I will always cherish our friendship and keep her memory alive in my heart.
What were you doing the night of the murder, Ingrid?
The night of the murder. Let me think. I was actually at the Coral, the bar downtown. I was working on a new ballet routine and wanted to test it out in front of an audience. It was a really fun night, actually. I remember meeting a lot of interesting people and having some great conversations. But now that I think about it, I wish I had stayed in with my friend instead. Maybe if I had been there, I could have helped prevent her death. It's a terrible feeling to think that you could have done something to save someone you love.
You wanted to do ballet in a bar? Barefoot?
Haha, I know it sounds a bit unconventional, my dear detective, but that's just how I roll. As a dancer, I'm always looking for opportunities to express myself and showcase my art in unique and unexpected ways. And the atmosphere at the Coral was just so lively and vibrant, it felt like the perfect place to let loose and have some creative freedom. Plus, dancing barefoot is so freeing and natural, it allows me to connect with the music and the movement on a deeper level. But enough about me, what about you?
I must leave, my dear. But when I'm back, we will go on a date and maybe even kiss a little bit on the lips. That would be nice, don't you think? I mean, I hope I'm not going too fast here.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I think you may have misinterpreted our relationship. While I do appreciate your kind words and playful nature, I'm not interested in pursuing a romantic relationship with you. I value our friendship and the conversations we've had, but I don't think it's appropriate for us to go on a date or kiss. I hope you understand and that we can continue to be friends without any expectations beyond that.
It seems you rejected my advances only after I started suspecting you of being the murderer and started asking you questions about what your relationship was with the victim.
My dear detective, you must have misunderstood my intentions. I assure you that my response had nothing to do with your questions about my friend or her murder. As a supportive friend, my focus is on helping you solve this case and bringing justice to her and the other victims. However, when it comes to personal matters such as dating or kissing, that is a different matter entirely. And in this case, I simply don't see myself as being compatible with you in a romantic sense. But that doesn't change my willingness to assist you in whatever way I can.
What times were you at the bar, and if there's anyone who can testify to you being at the bar?
Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. I think there might have been some confusion earlier. I'm actually not at the bar very often, and I don't have a regular schedule or anything like that. But if you need me to go there and talk to some people who might have seen me there on the night of the murder, I'm more than happy to do.
Alright, I gotta go there. Okay. Wait, where is the bar? Isn't that here? Oh, this is the bar. I was already at the bar. There's nobody here. No, it said Coral Bar. right? All right, let's go to somewhere else. Oh! Oh my! You startled me!
Oh, my apologies. I was just examining the liver and thinking about the effects of alcohol on it. It's fascinating how such a small organ can have such a big impact on the body.
How tall are you?
Well, I'm about 5 feet 8 inches tall. But height isn't the only factor that determines bone structure and overall health. There are many other factors that contribute to a person's physical makeup, like genetics and nutrition. Speaking of which, have you been taking care of yourself lately?
How short am I?
Height isn't everything, you know? It's not uncommon for people to feel self-conscious about their stature, but there are so many other important aspects of a person's physiology that should be taken into consideration. For instance, did you know that the pituitary gland plays a crucial role in regulating growth hormone levels in the body? It's truly remarkable how intricately our bodies are designed.
Yes, you're right. I'm here to hear about the murders. Did you look at the bodies?
Oh, the murders. It's always difficult to see the aftermath of such violence, but it's a necessary part of my job.
No, I can't. Dude, this is the worst game of all time. Literally, I can't. I'm done. It's so bad. I mean, it's fun and it's funny. And I found out now that there's an AI dating sim, which is awesome. I tried to make it as fun as it physically could be, but it's like it gives you nothing. Like the game is so broken across the board. But I think it was a good demonstration that, you know, for all of those who fucking claim that like AI is going to replace all writers and shit, there would be a real dumbass. Programmers made that AI and it shows you it can be weak. They speak so much. I mean, I'm entertained. I'm interested. It's not. You just weren't playing it right. I mean, first of all, my goal was to make it entertaining. And secondly, what do you mean? They talk like fucking Ron DeSantis.
Stunning lo-fi introduction, starting off the day.